Welcome in Michaela's kitchen today again. I'm going to show you how to make the sourdough starter. I have sourdough starter. Its name is Lazarus. I don't know if you can see this. And it is 5 years old. And I've been feeding it like once a week or once every 2 weeks, depending on how I need it. We are going to bake some sourdough bread tomorrow, so it is very important that we feed our starter. It has been in the fridge for approximately, I would say about, 3 weeks? 3 weeks since its last feeding. So once the starter has been in the fridge like for 3 or 2 weeks, it looks like this. The dark black liquid is called hooch. The hooch is a side product from the sourdough starter, eating all the gluten and the sugar out of the grain from the mix. So this is the starter. And so what we're going to do first is I'm going to take my ladle and I'm going to mix the hooch. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to mix the hooch into the starter, and then until it's sort of creamy and all mixed in, it'll look something like this. And then I'm going to take my measuring cup. I will take my scale and set the measuring cup on it. All right. We do grams. For measuring, for the starter is grams, and the measurement is 100 grams. So I'm going to use 100 grams of Lazarus, the sourdough starter. Oh, that was a little bit too much. It's okay. All right. Then I have prepared already 100 grams of all organic, all-purpose, unbleached flour. It's very important that you use unbleached flour because the bleach in the regular flour kills the sourdough starter, and it will kill your yeast in the sourdough starter. So I like to use organic because I don't like the GMO in the stuff. So if you go to all the trouble to make your own bread, I believe that you should use the best ingredients. So today I'll be using the Arrowhead from Arrowhead Mills. And usually I use whatever is on sale right now. So this is 100 grams of that flour. We'll dump this whole bowl in here. Then we have 100 grams of water. It is very important that if you live in the big city that you use unbleached water, not sink water. So I would suggest that you use bottled water or Cooligan water, or if you don't have those options, you can take a bowl of water and fill it up, set it out overnight so that the bleach will anticipate from the water. So what you do is dump this in here. Then I have a new jar, you also will need a new clean jar. So this is the jar that Lazarus is going to go in there. So now we need our wooden spoon again. It's very important that you use a glass jar because of the acidity again of the starter. So what you do is you mix it all together like this, and it should have the consistency of this is a little bit too thick. It should have the consistency of forgive me, my brain's not the consistency of pancake batter. There we go. Pancake batter. So it needs a little bit more water. It depends on what kind of flour. Different flours have different reactions to the water. Some flours need a little bit more water, some need a little bit less, but you should so the guideline is 100 grams of water, 100 grams of starter, 100 grams of flour. But this is the consistency you want to have. It should run off of your wooden spoon just like this, not too much, but just a little bit. Then what you do is you pour it in your clean glass jar like this. Yep. And then you want to put a lid on this, but don't screw the lid on, just set it loosely on top. Then the other thing I do is to measure how far my sourdough has risen. I take a rubber band and I place it around where the starter starts. So as you can see right here, right there. So this is where the fill is from the starter, so you can see how much it rises. Your starter should triple in size in about a period of 12 hours. This will be setting on my kitchen counter where it's sort of warm in the house right now. Not really, because it's still cold here where I live. But I will let this sit, and it'll rise all the way probably to here. Once it has risen to there, it'll have lots of little tiny bubbles in it. And then it'll be ready for baking, and I'll show you that in the second part. Hopefully tomorrow when we bake the bread. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you're welcome to leave a comment in the comment sections. I'll be gladly answering any questions. And y'all have a nice day. And yeah, we'll see you for the second part. Thank you. Bye-bye.